Parameter change of quadratic functions. So I mentioned in the last video that the parent function of a quadratic looked like this. Okay, and that is y equals x squared. In the next coming lessons, we are going to make the quadratic narrow, and you're going to have to know what makes a quadratic narrow. So the quadratic would be narrower. So there's the normal or the parent function and narrow. You will have to know how to make it wide. And there are specific things that know how to make it wide. You need to be able to move it up. And when I say move up, I'm going to take the vertex from the origin and move it up. That one should be pretty easy because you've been moving lines up and down. You're going to have to learn how to move them down and what makes them move down. Okay. You're going to have to learn how to move them right. And this is just moving the parent function. That is not right. We'll label it left. Sorry about that. Left. And you already know kind of how to do that because we did it with absolute values. You're going to have to know how to move them right. Let me get this one correct. And you're also going to need to know how to reflect them. And know how to reflect them. So in the next couple of units, we are going to take the parent function and teach you how to recognize when they get narrow, when a parabola becomes wide, how to move it up, how to move it down, how to move it left, how to move it right, and how to reflect. Okay? When I do a equation, you will be able to see from the equations what you're doing. And remember that this 1, 1, 2, 4, this 1 right and 3 up is going to help you decide whether it got narrower or wider. The vertex, whether it goes up or down. Left is a manipulation of the x. Remember when we did in parentheses in the absolute value, that's going to come into play. Right, and it's going to not pay attention like it did in absolute value. Right, same thing. So these two go together. And then reflect. So that's where we're going in this lesson or this lesson in the next coming lessons. And by the end, you will be able to do parameter changes of quadratic functions by looking at it. And I'm going to stop the video before I start the next segment, which is going to follow along with your notes, where we're going to concentrate on narrow, wide, up, and down.